You say in this letter that this could potentially be a, quote, grave threat to United States national security and to U.S. personnel with access to scientific secrets. Explain what you're worried about.
Well, obviously, we know that there are programs in the past where foreign countries have used programs to try to encounter, engage, sometimes get the nation's top scientists to either stop what they're doing or come and work for that country. And so whether it was Operation Paperclip or most recently you have China that's been doing Operation Fox Hunt as well as Operation Skynet. These are disturbing, but it is true that foreign actors do engage. And our scientific community are very vulnerable targets.
Do you think that, this is not an extraordinary set of coincidences, that in fact they may be linked?
Right. What's fascinating about these individuals, they all were working in aerospace. They're working in whether it was in materials or propulsion. They were working with plasma research, all related to this topic. Well, that's fascinating. But what's really fascinating is the four individuals that stepped out of their home, left their phones behind, left their wallet, left everything behind, and just completely disappeared and never came back. That's not something that a normal person does. And the fact that it happened within 1 year, four people walked out of their home, never to be seen again, all of which were working together on these projects for the Department of Defense. That's very mysterious.
How sensitive were the projects these four and others were working on?
Now, these are our top projects. You have Monica Reza was working on the materials that would be used for any kind of hypersonic missile in the United States. That is a critical national security issue. The others were working on advanced propulsion for our Air Force. So they were all read in at the highest security levels one could possibly imagine.
We know that in the past, for example, Israel has targeted Iranian nuclear scientists as a way to hurt Iran's nuclear program. What country do you think could or possibly be behind the disappearances of these top scientists?
I would not be surprised if our adversaries, China, Russia, Iran, or any other adversary saw an opportunity to take out some of our nation's top scientists. I would not be shocked. It certainly is something that I would hope that our federal government is keenly aware of and trying to safeguard. But look, these scientists are not hardened. They don't have security detail. So they would be a very easy target. And that's something that has me worried for the rest of our nation's scientists. The other thing that concerns me is if there's nothing fishy here and these individuals just had mental breakdowns, that tells you maybe there's something we should be doing to address the mental health of some of our scientists.
You've been a prominent voice in Congress calling for an investigation since these disappearances came to light. You wrote letters to the FBI, to NASA, and the Departments of Energy and War requesting briefings. Have you gotten a response from any of those departments?
Not yet. We originally sent a letter related to a military intelligence officer that's not related to these scientists per se. But that is another common topic as well. So we've sent the letters for the scientists. We've also been sending letters for people that we know that were, maybe they weren't a scientist, but they were working alongside these same programs and projects, but they were on the military intelligence side. So we have sent those letters as well. And we're hopeful now that the president is paying attention that we'll start to get some answers.